morning, church family. Pastor Brad here with another encouraging word. And this morning's encouragement comes from Mark chapter 10 and at verse 37. And it says this: Jesus looked at them and said, "With man it is impossible, but not with God. For all things are possible with God." This comes on the end of a encounter with the rich young ruler, and the disciples come to Jesus and they ask, well, who can be saved? If this is true, then who can be saved? And Jesus says very simply, with man this is impossible, but not with God, because everything is possible with God. And so my question, in way of encouragement this morning, is this: what is it that you're seeing as impossible? Maybe it's somebody that you're trying to reach with the gospel. Maybe it's a situation or a set of circumstances that you just don't see how it can turn out good, or how it possibly happen for you or in the lives of those around you. You're looking at a situation and you're thinking that, man, this is just impossible. It's never going to happen. I'm never going to be able to reach them. They're never going to surrender. They're never going to take down the walls they have built up against the gospel. This is impossible. And I would say this, right alongside Jesus: with man, it is impossible, but not with God. Because with God, all things are possible. God has the power to change every heart. God has the power to work every situation for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. God has the power to do exceedingly abundantly more than we could ever ask or even imagine. The Bible is full of promises and proofs that God is able. He is all powerful. He is all present, and He is all knowing. God is able. And so whatever it is that we're seeing as impossible, I challenge you, I encourage you to entrust it to Him. To say, God, I know that this is impossible for me, but not for you. Would you intervene? Would you speak to their hearts? Because I know nobody's saved apart from that. Would you work this situation out for our good? And I know that might not look what I wanted it to look like. But God, everything is possible for you, and so I'm entrusting this to you. Would you do that today? With whatever it is. Whatever we think is impossible, it's not for Him. Let's pray. Gracious Father, thank you for today. Thank you for your word. Thank you for Jesus, who was the perfect representation of your word. And God, help us to heed His words, to take His words to heart, knowing that, there are limitations on us. But Father, there are no limitations on you. You do as you please in all the universe. And so, God, I just pray that as we seek your will, as we seek to be your witnesses, that you would do what only you can do. Transform hearts, change minds, work for the good of those who love you. God, that we might see your mighty hand at work. And Father, as we do, we might grow in our faith, in our trust, and in our love.